The Man of Steel, in my opinion, saved the movie summer season. Because the reason why it saved the summer season is because I was very disappointed with Iron Man 3, and I thought I was going to be disappointed with The Man of Steel. And this is the interesting thing, is that Iron Man 3 I had high hopes for. The Man of Steel I had low hopes for. The end result, I loved the Man of Steel and didn't really like Iron Man 3. So, here's my thoughts on The Man of Steel. The Man of Steel was an awesome movie. I don't care if you're not a Superman fan or whatever, you need to go see The Man of Steel. It's just that good of a movie. Everyone will like The Man of Steel because it doesn't have everything, but it has the majority of things. It has good dialogue, good characters. The Man of Steel has heart-wrenching moments, I call them. Emotional moments. The Man of Steel has action. Very action-packed. This is a very action-packed movie. The Man of Steel also has a little bit of love for those who care about that kind of thing. A little bit of comedy. So, it's not exactly... I'm not going to say that The Man of Steel has everything. But it's definitely a good movie. It's definitely worth the time and the price to see it. See it now. See it right away. See it whatever way you can. Just go to your local theater and watch The Man of Steel. So, my thoughts is that the opening, really great. That was my biggest concern, is whether they're going to sell him right, whether they're going to make it clear that he's an alien, or his relationship with its... This is the kind of thing that kind of bugs me about Superman movies, is they don't really show much of the relationship between his Earth parents. Surprisingly enough, I think in Superman movies in general, they show more of him having a relationship with his Krypton parents than his Earth parents. And the thing is he was raised among us humans. He's not human, but he's raised among humans. He looks like human. So, but back to the Man of Steel movie, is I really loved the opening on Krypton. I was sold by the story. I was sold by the fact that Jor-El believes one way, Zod believes another way. They both have the best interest in heart. They both want to save Krypton. But Jor-El thinks saving Krypton is sending just Superman to Earth to live among humans. Zod thinks the best way to preserve Krypton is to wipe out all the humans and pretty much build a new Krypton on Earth. Now, that idea from Zod isn't realized until later, but basically, the whole idea in the beginning sold to me the conflict, the doom of Krypton, why Jor-El needed to do what he needed to do. And in that moment, when Laura is putting Kal-El in his little ship and he's about to blast off to Earth, moments like that, it's kind of odd. It's really emotional moments. The emotions got your heart. And those were one of the moments that really got my interest and got my heart. So, but after he lands on Earth, you see that Superman's trying to find himself, trying to find out who he is. And I saw the trailer and I thought, you know what, this is kind of a silly idea. But then after watching the movie, I thought, wow, now I understand that Superman probably wouldn't just go straight from Kansas to the Daily Planet and all that. That he is like anyone else and he needs to find out who he is, why he's here, what's his purpose. So, I really liked how they did that in the end. So, and after that, then I don't think he was living quite in Metropolis yet. He was still in Kansas. Had here and out jobs, and all of a sudden General Zod broadcasts a message all over the world that he wants him, otherwise he's going to destroy the planet. So actually at a military base, Superman allows himself to be arrested and handed over to Zod. And then somehow the fight is in space, then it goes to Metropolis, but from that point on, after Superman surrenders himself to the government, from that point on, basically there's non-stop action till the end. And I liked a lot of things about this movie. It was a great movie. But at the end of the movie, basically Zod tells Superman that Zod needs to kill him and continue his purpose, or Superman needs to kill Zod. And in the end, Superman kills Zod. And my thought is, that's not Superman. Now that's Superman in the video game Injustice. By the way, it's a great game. But that's not the Superman. That's not the Superman. That's not, to me, the real Superman would have thought of a more creative way to stop Zod and probably put him back into Phantom Zone or somewhere where he couldn't break out and cause any more trouble. And that's the thing, is the producer of The Man of Steel is Christopher Nolan. And I don't see, Nolan thought that Batman can't kill, so Batman doesn't kill. And I know Nolan's not the director, he's only the producer. But collaboratively, I thought the producer and the director could have thought of a different way that Superman could have stopped Zod without actually killing him. Some way, somehow. Because to me, even though Batman and Superman are two totally different characters, they both still have similar principles and values in line that they won't kill the bad guy. But because it's just a movie, and because it's just a movie, I go, okay, Zod's dead, whatever, we move on from there. So, basically, that's my thoughts on Man of Steel. You need to see it some way, somehow, and it's a great movie.